Title of this video, Bitcoin Heist, and it's based on this movie, Bitcoin Heist. There's no sound. It's in a foreign language, so you have to read the subtitles. Okay, what is Bitcoin? I know you think you know because you read all this malarkey and you're educated on it. But what is it? It's a bunch of baloney. Now notice the eye of the man who asked the question. It is darkened. It is darkened to the point whereby you say something is wrong with his left eye. Now the darkening of the eye is the symbol of the Antichrist spirit. It's in the book in the Old Testament called Zechariah. So they're telling you right now, the Antichrist spirit is let loose. What is this stuff called Bitcoin? Well, I'm sure that the explanation that you receive will be just adequate. Money that you can make? That's what it is? It's just declared money that you can make by going online and giving people your credit card to give you some kind of a stupid credit. As you can see, I'm not in favor of this. As you can sense, this is a warning. I know some of you may have already indulged in this, and if so, I would say get out while you can, because with the flip of a switch, the whole thing can fall. It is illegal. Well, so is the US dollar. So is probably about 90% of the currencies in the world. Illegal. They're unlawful. Okay? The US dollar is called legal tender. It is not lawful money. And I'll try to explain that here as we go on. But basically speaking, the world is dominated by systems that have no value whatsoever. In fact, there are some that think places that you're told are so terrible, like North Korea, is not that terrible because they have a system of economy not put in place by the hoax liars. And that's why they do their best to turn the world against places like North Korea, because they have a valid economic system. Now that comes from some YouTube sources, and it's not a really popular view because we're all sort of suckered into believing everything we're told. But it just might be the places that have been identified as so terrible. What makes them so terrible is they did not accept the Rothschilds' false economies. And hence, the whole world turns against them because they have a system that is not phony like the U.S. system of Federal Reserve notes and legal tender. Now, legal tender is not lawful money. So, not going through a bank. Well, anyone can develop any kind of system they want to bypass the currency of the land as long as everybody accepts it. So maybe right now, so many places say, yes, we accept Bitcoin. But what about the day when they all get together and say, keep your stupid Bitcoin. We don't accept it anymore. Well, now you're in trouble because you put in $20,000 worth of Bitcoin and nobody takes it. And that's why the hoax lie system, the phony system works, is because it says right on it that this legal tender is acceptable in all parts of the country. In other words, even though it's a phony system, it's still accepted. So everybody's playing with monopoly money, with legal tender, and especially with what they call the Federal Reserve notes. Now, you'll be observing as they're talking in prison, they're playing a game, and I'm not sure of the name of the game. One of the prisoners says bulls. I'm not familiar with this game, but the coins on the ground are going to symbolize the Bitcoin. Okay, so you see the coins on the ground, whatever they are, clay or stone, they kind of represent the idea of the Bitcoin. Now he's supposed to be the intelligent one who served as an accountant trying to help the police uncover somebody who was committing a cryptocurrency crime. But somehow he ends up in jail. And then, of course, after this opening, the story is going to unfold. We're going to go with him throughout his time as an accountant, trying to help catch what they call the ghost. Notice that, the ghost. It's all wrapped in weirdness. The whole thing is weird. And I know people are going to object and get upset with me on this video, but that's okay. I've had people get upset with me on other issues, like Bobby Fischer, played by Leonard Nimoy. Boy, that one really ticked off chess lovers. And another group of people were really ticked off when I exposed a particular cult, and they were really ticked off. So this may tick off a few people, and not everyone has to agree, and not everyone has to say, yay, it's a great video. If you want to go ahead and ixnay it, that's fine. I don't care. I just like to stimulate things and get things going. If you believe in Bitcoin, or you don't believe in it, I think it's a big hoax, and the bottom's going to fall out here any day. Okay, now if you know the name of the game that they're playing, let me know, because I don't know anything about it. But obviously he's showing his intelligence. And notice how in the movie they contrasted the gentleman with the sort of gouged out eye and this gentleman here is younger, and even the lighting on him, he's got a face that's sort of reflecting light and glowing, and the other person with the sort of gouged out eye, his face is rough and beard and dark, so it's kind of like light and dark. They also have the stripes on the prison suits to give you the contrast of the good and the evil. Okay, so it's all about using the current powers of a hoax-lie system to convince people that Bitcoin is valuable. Okay, a senseless act of violence. He should have probably hit the guy that he was playing the game with, but he didn't. He hit someone else. I think because he knows he's somewhat intelligent. Maybe someday he can help him. But he strikes at some innocent bystander. Okay? Because he lost the game. Now what's kind of interesting is they're showing him with a cell phone in prison. And of course, that's going to be about the Bitcoin, sending Bitcoin, put it in slow-mo motion, and then the title of the video is going to come up. So you might have objections to my strong language and my insistence that this is a fraud. But that's okay with me. And if you want to disagree, that's okay too. I do leave up comments that are in opposition to what I've stated. The only time I remove comments is if they're just downright nasty or vulgar, or I'm certain they're a shill, or somehow the comments are linked to a pornographic website. Thank you for watching Bitcoin Heist. And this concludes the video.